Hey friends, it's Chris.
And Yuji.
Welcome back. So Elon Musk sent out a crazy email today. We talked about it in the last video, but want to give you an update on your comments and we'll share our thoughts. And Yeezy's here. So first, this is what happened. Trump sent out a message on social media. Is like, great job to Elon Musk. I would like to see him get more aggressive. Okay. Elon Musk then sent out a tweet. This is what it said. It said, consistent with President Donald Trump instructions, all federal employees will shortly receive an email requesting to understand what they got done last week. Failure to respond will be taken as a resignation. So basically, if you don't respond to the email,
You're fired.
you're fired, right? This is actually the email. So we didn't have the email last time. So what's that?
Put that on his Twitter first, right?
Yeah, he put it on the Twitter first, and they didn't get the email yet.
Yeah, first of all, that's really weird that he announced the
Yeah.
like really important government thing on his Twitter.
Well, he did that with his companies too.
Yeah, I know.
Like his employees. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, he treats the government like his company. And some people think, oh, I really want a business person to run our country, but it's not really the same. So this is, and that's
whoever says that they should be fired first. I think
people who say you should run the government like business. It's not the same. So this is the email. We didn't have the email before. Now we've got it. The email reads, please reply to this email with approximately 5 bullets of what you accomplished last week and CC your manager, okay? The email was from the, I guess it said HR on the email. It also said it was from the Office of Personal Management. And then many people who got the email, because I saw a screenshot, it would give like a little like a flag that would say this is from outside your organization. So some people thought it was spam, actually. Also, it says here, please do not send any classified information, links, or attachments. So that's what people got. Now, the email is different than what he wrote on social media. So what's the difference? Did you notice the difference? So what's the important line here on the social media was what? If you don't respond.
Yeah, resignation.
Yeah. So if you don't respond, you're fired. So on the email, he doesn't mention that. So it's different. So that's interesting. And then basically, people now are like kind of pissed off.
Yeah, pissed off and panic. And if you're, it's not brave, but if you're an employee and that's your life, that depends on your life. And should I just reply first and be doing something later, or they shouldn't be just reply at all?
Well, that's what people are deciding now. So people already in our community have said they've gotten phone calls from their coworkers, like what to do, these kind of things. I also want to read some comments from what you guys said. So, for example, do you want to read this first comment?
It's from Jimmy. I got the email. It's disgusting and abusive. Coworkers calling me on weekend in fear. This piece of ass needs to get arrested now.
Yeah, here's another one. Yanzi says, Americans cheering for other Americans to be unemployed. We've officially reached the point of societal collapse. The U.S. has fallen. And both of these sort of emails, how can you say, describe the sort of negative culture we have right now in USA.
I'm just curious that he sent out the email to everyone.
Yeah, so
there's a lot of different
parts. Lot of ones. So already has been reported several departments, and this would include some that are national security. So for example, FBI, CIA.
Even just regular police, and
Yeah. Another example would be air traffic controllers, so people who control the airways, Homeland Security, which would include like border people, our parks, it could be our tax. I mean, it's like Yeah. And talking about the health thing, it was just reported today in Texas and New Mexico. There's 100 people with measles. That's sort of like the spots in your body kind of thing. And I barely even know what measles is because it's something that we don't really deal with.
We don't have it anymore.
But for some people that maybe don't believe in vaccines or healthcare or doctors or whatever. There's people out there like that, and they're kind of in the Trump camp. They're going to get us all. That's just one problem. We have another problem with bird flu is a thing.
Yeah, but I'm just curious
what's that?
Just my question is, so is this for everyone? Everyone?
That's what it sounds like. We don't know for sure yet.
Yeah, so
that's what it sounds like it is for everyone.
They don't share their information at all.
That's a good. Yeah. So
basically, Elon wants to know. I want to know what every the government employee does.
Yeah.
So that means that is include the secret information.
Yeah. So for example, let's say you're an agent deployed, or let's say you're in cybersecurity or nuclear security, or any number of things. Right? Like there's certain things that you get this odd email of like, what did you do last week? Like there's any number of ways that would threaten our national security. Like for example, let's say an adversary were trying to crack our nuclear codes, right, or whatever, and you're like, oh, I stopped 3 nuclear code attacks, or
plus that every the society, the company, their department has they have their own reporting the system.
Right.
So I don't know.
You don't know where it's going through, who's reading this stuff. And people are really concerned about Elon Musk and security.
Yeah.
One person pointed out, actually, it was a really important thing, is when you become a federal employee, and I don't know if it's the same in Korea, it should be, at least I did it when I joined the Navy. You literally swear to protect the Constitution. All politicians do this. I think I think every federal employee does it, actually. We don't know if Elon Musk actually take an oath. Like you swear. We don't know if he.
I'm sure he posted it on social media.
Oh, right. So he didn't do it.
He likes to do, show what he does.
That's a good point. If he would have done it, he definitely would have posted a picture saying, "I, love America" or whatever. No, we didn't see any picture like that because that's
because he loves Canada more. He has 3 passports, right?
He does.
Canada and
South Africa.
Yeah, South Africa.
Yeah, already in USA, and then already in Canada. I guess there's a petition to remove Elon Musk's citizenship.
They should.
Which is kind of funny. Let's read another comment from you guys. You want to read this one?
Let's see.
From English.
Yeah, it's from English, Ralph. What a disgusting way to treat your employees. That's how much Trump and Musk value U.S. citizens.
Yeah, here's another one from Katrina. Katrina says, I despise Elon Musk. A country isn't a company, right?
Yeah.
Read another one from Joe. What does Joe say?
Joe said, as an American, I'm ashamed of Americans actually applauding thousands of families going under because of these lunatics. Anyone, and I mean
anyone.
I mean anyone that thinks a billionaires is doing anything for you is living in Neverland.
Yeah, do you know Neverland?
Yeah, Neverland. 뭐지?
Yeah, Peter Pan.
Yeah, Peter Pan.
And the funny thing is, we talk about Musk as being like Peter Pan, the boy who never grows up, right? That kind of thing.
Yeah, but yeah.
What's that?
It's kind of good way. Your mind is still young.
Oh yeah. He's kind of never grew up in the bad way.
Yeah. It's like
what's that?
Spoiled child.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. What I always explain to people about the Trump and Musk situation is they're kind of like 2 spoiled kids fighting over the same toy, right?
But now it's the same country.
Yeah, and
your country.
Yeah, and kids don't want to share, those kind of kids. We also got some news that one of his baby mamas is suing Elon Musk. What do you think about that? Like, so in USA we say deadbeat dad. Like, how do Koreans think about people who have a kid but then don't support the kid, help the kid? And he's got a lot of kids like that.
It's not just Korea; it's everywhere should be same. Your father don't take care of a kid, and we say this. You're doing farming, but you don't take care of it.
You're doing farming?
You spread your seeds everywhere.
That's what they say. Yeah, I guess Elon Musk is doing a farming for his preparation to Mars is sort of what. So here's another comment. Want to read that one?
Is from my mate Martin. For a guy,
yeah, for a guy.
Yeah, for a guy apparently not in charge or even working for Dodge. Musk sure does thinks he has a lot of authority.
Yeah, do you understand what that means? So what is it then? It's a guy who is apparently not in charge or even working for Doge. you remember we talked about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what it is that they got a whole bunch of lawsuits against them, right?
Against him or?
Well, him and Doge, kind of. I say kind of because the Democrats are trying to make him personally responsible, not just his agency thing or whatever. But then the White House made a statement that Elon Musk is not in charge of it. Like they're trying to be like no one, like there's no one to sue.
Then who's charge of Doge then?
Right. That's why they were saying for the guy who's not officially in charge of Doge, you seem to have like a lot of power, right? So it's
not a lot, not full power actually. What he does right now is he act like, I think, more the president. It's like king.
Yeah,
not
king,
president.
or we say emperor. One of the two. It's just same. Here's another one. It's good to read your guys' comments to get your point of view as well. This is from Mira. Mira says, everyone should just reply with a long list of fake accomplishments. They'd never be able to fact check them all. It's what Trump does, right? So Trump says a lot of the fake stuff that he does, etc. What's that?
I just thought about what they did. 5 things. Oh, I use Twitter 10 hours a day. I put the green mark. You have to pay for it, right?
Yeah, the blue check mark.
I got the blue check mark last week. Then she said, "Oh, you're a lawyer, so pass." Right.
The funny thing is, if any of us behave like Elon at our work, like we would be fired immediately.
Yeah, she bring the steel sword and sword,
Yeah, the chainsaw thing. Yeah, or sunglasses at work.
Yeah, and bring your baby for sure.
Yeah, bring your babies. Or the other thing you like to do.
And you bring your spouse too, baby and spouse.
To work?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you hang your baby around your neck.
Yeah, and spouse, your spouse, just hanging the drink coffee there and.
Yeah, just imagine if you guys brought your family to work every day, how that would go in your office meetings, right? And your kids crawling around you as well. Here's another one. This is from Jamie. Jamie says, I'm with you, Chris. It's bizarre. I predict Doge boys will be in prison at the end of this.
I'm sure so, but how fast is the key, I think.
How fast? Yeah.
Yeah, because, they're tearing apart right now.
Right.
After it's completely tearing, you cannot attach anymore.
So what they're doing right now is they're firing everybody, So like the way to think about it is the crooks in Gotham have taken over. They fire the police. They even fire the prison guards, right? So how do we throw these people in prison if there's no prison guards and no police?
Prison.
Yeah, no prison too, right? They tear down the prison. Actually, true story. Elon Musk was bragging that he's gonna have a deal with the prison in El Salvador to send our prisoners to a different country, El Salvador.
And instead means they always say they bring the job into America, but that means they give the money to other countries.
It's all corrupt. Here's some other issues with the email thing that Elon thing is talking about. For some people, right? So one, they can't disclose what their job is exactly or what they've done for various reasons, right? It's classified or sensitive or secure material. Other times people may be in the field for various reasons, right? Could be any number of countries someone could be in, any number of situations on vacation. Yeah, any number of ways that people just don't have it. Because you're supposed to reply by Monday night, which is like a day. Oh, giving birth. I thought about medical stuff. Yeah.
Medical stuff.
There's any number of reasons. Yeah, and you only get like a day to reply.
And you're at home. You don't have your laptop. You cannot access the email system.
Well, that's another one. Is there's two things. So one is they basically pushed out a lot of the black and brown people first. Basically, that's what they were targeting. And then they can push them out, put them on leave, cut their access to their email, so they'll never even see this thing. Now, again, though, the email is different than the social media post, but with Elon, who knows? Because you can't trust any of this stuff. Here's another one. Can you read this one? It's by Paul.
It's by Paul. Yeah. In case anyone doesn't yet understand, the real reason that Trump's supporters like Trump
is this. Why they like Trump, yeah.
Yeah. Trump has promised to hurt the people that they have been told to hate.
Right.
It's just that simple. Sad.
Yeah, so every day Trump tells his people like, oh, you have to hate government workers, etc. It's kind of ridiculous, right?
Yeah, but there's no workers. I don't know, nothing. So, I don't know. Doesn't make sense at all.
Here's another one. This is from Scott. Scott says, this is pretty funny. It says, how about Musk answer to his baby mamas and give them a report of what he has done for them daily? So if Musk expects you to give a report for a job that he's done his job, Musk should give a report of what he does for his baby mamas and his kids, right? And people have been commenting about how like the guy's a billionaire. He's got he's got some money in there. Like how can you not take care of the kids? But what people don't realize about Musk though is that he doesn't have as much cash as you think he has. He can only borrow because he has a contract with Tesla. He can only borrow so much against his shares. So he takes no salary from Tesla, but he borrows money to avoid tax on his shares. And there's a limit. So we don't know exactly how much he has, but the estimate could be maybe we'll say he has a limit of say 20 billion or something like that, right?
That's why not the X, try to raise the money.
Yes. Yeah. So he raised money for the new, his ex for his new ventures there. But his expenses are really high. He's got to pay for a ton of bodyguards, right? He's got at least 20. He may have more now. Someone asked the question, does the government pay for, say, protection of him? I don't know. There's a possibility. There's certainly a possibility that our tax dollars are paying for Elon Musk's protection, which he probably needs a lot of protection right now.
And babies.
Yeah. And his babies need protection. Yeah, who knows if his family needs, that I don't know. Usually that would make sense for, like, for example, Trump's kid. His name is Barron.
Yeah.
He's got social security when he goes to NYU, and actually it's kind of a weird one. This was a minor story. I didn't mention it before because it's kind of minor, but it's worth mentioning. He's in this like Republican group at school, like the new NYU college Republicans, and then the head of it, the president, wrote something on social media about him, and the thing she wrote wasn't really that weird. She just wrote like he's an oddity. He goes to class and comes home. And he got mad, or someone got mad that she called him odd, but it wasn't really odd. It was just the situation's odd.
Yeah.
Because like if you think about him, he's the son of a president, right? He's really tall. Yeah. He's actually really, really tall. Seriously, he's like 6'7", so like really, really tall. And then he's gonna have a whole bunch of like security, Secret Service people all around him. So he's kind of yeah. So it's an oddity. I would totally agree. But like to get. I don't know why who pressed her to quit her president of her club or whatever, but that's the kind of people they are. I've never heard his voice. I'm actually kind of curious if he's going to end up being our next candidate for president. All the Republicans are like, oh, I really want Trump again. I think there's a possibility actually, which is kind of ridiculous that we may have this culture, but this is why we have to point out not only their policies are bad, these are just bad people. That's why I asked you about if the father doesn't take care of the kid, like how do we think of that kind of person, right?
That's the common sense, not just America.
Right.
Yeah.
And the way they treat workers, you shouldn't treat people in this way.
It's not just regular workers; they're treating whole government employees like part-time job people.
Yeah, they actually.
You shouldn't treat part-time job people like this.
Well, they fired all the part-time's not the right word. They fired the people had been at their jobs. So I guess they call it probationary, but I think it's like less than 2 years. They fired them first. And the thing is, like I've been hearing, because I can see in comments, and also get in emails from people that a lot of the government workers, they can't really speak out on social media about the situation, but they feel very, very frustrated
and fear.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to happen after the deadline.
Well, Monday's a deadline. Musk threatened to fire him, but the email again didn't say to fire him. But the unions are saying don't reply. Company managers saying don't reply. If you're in the situation, I would just say talk to your boss, talk to your worker union. Don't trust anything that Musk or Trump say. And I've lived through a lot of presidents. We have not seen anything like this, regardless of like which party one's in. Usually presidents are respectful to the workers. We've seen similar stuff with, say, Reagan. He fired all the air traffic controllers. That's there because he was against unions. He wanted to bust all unions, basically.
That is different.
Well, I'll say it was similar, but not anywhere to this degree that we've seen with Trump and Musk. So I said that was similar. That was sort of like the beginnings of this anti-worker thing. But the whole thing is bizarre because you're talking about your fellow citizens and like you're cheering them losing their jobs. It's weird crap. I don't understand what's going on in the Republican Party right now.
Yeah,
I don't.
whoever cheering for this, they think their job is secure.
Yeah, so basically they want to replace everyone with robots.
Yeah,
that's the future. So anyway, want to share your thoughts. Thanks for sharing some of your comments, and happy to have you here. So we'll catch you all next time. So bye.
Bye.